take this seriously as well.
Oh, I know you.
Oh my god, look at Efferil and Dásos.
Yeah,
in
all
the middle
alone on the battle map.
Just in the middle of...
So...
Fell into the ocean.
Shut up. I grabbed the wrong character. Shut up. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an interesting start to Main Chat Nerd Night. A couple of us get together and we play some Dungeons and Dragons. A number of our players, unfortunately, were not able to make it today, so instead of running the normal story campaign, we're going to be running a quick one-shot. Hopefully quick one-shot. The general premise of this is the group is these two, Dásos and Efferil. We're just doing this in a little bubble universe separate from the main plot. Have been wandering through the wastes of Panmij, which is a fun word to say, in the center of the continent of the Flanass. And this whole region is more or less overrun by horse nomads, basically Mongolian-type tribes. And in an effort to keep themselves relatively politically neutral, they've struck out in the direction of a known oasis to try and get supplies and do other things that they need to do. As they approach the oasis, they've seen these sort of strange lights up in the sky of various blues and greens. During the day, not visible. And looking off in the distance, you can see the shimmering of a mirage. But continuing on, the past about week or so, you've been traveling through the relatively rocky terrain. And upon your approach, you've seen from up high, you can see down below there's an oasis sitting down in the center of the waste area, which you probably can't see it because it's super small on the map, but it's right there.
Dash has just shown up.
Welcome, Kledash. Welcome to the desert.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna pop you in as well, because why not? So, you three have been making your way toward this.
Wait, can I recap for Kledash to make sure I got it?
Sure, you can recap for Kledash.
Okay, so we're in the desert, and there are horse nomads, which when Ember first said that, I thought that he meant that there are, like, literally tribes of horses, like horse people type thing. But no, it's like people that ride horses. Anyway.
I mean, it's the Flanass,
yeah.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, and so we're trying to get to an oasis. We're trying to stay apolitical in our movements and actions for whatever reason. And also, anything that happens here takes effect in the actual campaign.
That last part is not true.
Including all items that we acquire, all experience earned.
As you travel along, you look down onto the ground and you see a deck of cards. No. Well, not yet anyway. So as you approach the direction, let's see. Let me put Kledash's stat block back up on the screen. Because you're here now. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. This would be Dásos. Actually, only Dásos is the one that you would notice as you approach. There's sort of a subtle force ripple. You feel you're shifting in your seat on spot, and you just feel this ripple of gravity pulling kind of in the wrong direction. Not enough to trip you, but you feel yourself pulled to the side slightly.
Alright.
Once you're about a mile away.
Sand cyclone, everyone. We are approaching a sand cyclone. I know this for sure, based on things that I have felt. So, everybody, let's look for the sand cyclone.
Initiative. We're gonna fight the cyclone.
Wait,
Sure.
actual gameplay question.
Yeah.
So I know passive perception is 10 plus proficiency plus wisdom. What about the fact that I have expertise in perception?
So, expertise applies to perception. So if you...
Okay.
Well, asterisk, perception is 10 plus perception. So if you have proficiency in perception, then you get the bonus. So it's just whatever your perception bonus is plus 10.
Yeah, but I'm saying since I have expertise in it, which doubles my proficiency bonus when I use perception. Correct. So does my passive perception get the bonus from the expertise?
So whatever your perception bonus is should already include your proficiency bonus, or in this case, expertise bonus. So just add 10 to that number. Then you've got.
Okay, yeah. So the in the skills part of my character sheet, it doesn't have that, and so it doesn't translate into the passive wisdom part. I have it just written on the side.
That's right. Yeah, just add your proficiency modifier again, because I hate.
Yeah, I just have all the expertise run. Yeah, I just have the expertise numbers written in the little sidebar that says features and traits.
So to answer your question, yes, expertise does apply to passive perception.
Okay, cool. Now I know. All right. Anyway, yeah. So you guys, I'm feeling something's pulling me that way. It's got to be a sand cyclone.
Based on that, with your passive perception,
yep.
Just taking a look around, you actually don't feel or see environmental hazards immediately around you.
An invisible sand cyclone, everyone.
An invisible sand cyclone.
Yep.
Okay.
Which way am I being pulled?
You slightly. So, if 90 degrees is straight down, just for the sake of reference, you're being pulled at about 98 degrees. So just slightly to the right. Ever so slightly.
Okay.
Let's go towards it then.
Yeah. Wait, what do I see that way?
Looking in that direction, so that's actually the direction toward the oasis. When you turn, it's very slight, just a very slight pull, but it changes direction as you turn, and it's always pulling slightly toward the oasis. You're the only one that feels this. The other two do not.
I don't know how to articulate this, Kledash and Efferil, my sworn companions, my best pals, but I'm being pulled physically in the direction of the oasis by some unseen force. Is this concerning?
Obviously a trap, but
it seems
we should probably at least investigate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit.
But this is like where we're going anyway, right?
Yeah, it's still weird though that you feel pulled in the direction though.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think that's just a little weird?
Yeah, it's super weird. Alright. Well, I guess keep it in mind. I'll let you know, and you guys let me know if you start to feel it, okay?
Maybe someone's yanking your chain.
If anything changes, I think you just said that, didn't you?
Wait, do I have spot?
Yeah, you're all riding on your horses, so you're riding on spot.
Does spot feel it?
As best you can tell, spot doesn't seem to be affected by the shift.
Okay. Well, I guess we keep going, right?
Seems reasonable to me. I'm not very good at doing my voice today.
You're in a time bubble. You get to reinvent yourself like you did in college.
No, not like college.
Have you been to college?
College is where I found out what brony existed.
So you continue on your way. The path is relatively winding. It's relatively rocky terrain, but there's very little in the way of like underbrush and things. When you get to about, you would estimate probably maybe half a mile out. Let's see, everyone's passive perception. Kledash and Dásos, you both hear a gentle, like a quiet rumble that gets louder and louder and louder until a shockwave hits all of you coming from the direction of the oasis.
Like
let's see.
Air shockwave?
It's the ground shakes, but there's also a shockwave across the land, through the air as well. You are riding horses, correct?
Yes.
I'm on a
Okay.
wall. I'm
Oh,
on
it's just a
spot.
horse.
Could I have you all make strength checks for your horses? The strength bonus of your horses is +3.
Oh shit, I need to get my dice. I knew I forgot something. Fortunately, it's right here.
To
Spot got an
maintain
8.
8. Okay.
What was the modifier again?
It's +3 for riding horses.
That was a 2, so it doesn't fucking matter.
So it's a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Kledash's horse is so strong.
Oh yeah. That
Look at
was a
that.
20.
Yeah.
So 20.
Kledash's
Nice.
horse.
Okay. So, Efferil and Dásos, both of you are thrown off of your horses as your horses are pushed over by the shockwave. And can I have each of you also make a Constitution saving throw? Not with your horses, just you. Your Constitution saving throw.
9.
9. Okay.
I did not roll high enough, I don't think. Where's my constitution? 6.
6. Okay.
I rolled a 4 and a 2 so far. I'm doing great.
I rolled a 5 and a 7, so you're making me look good. That's nice of you.
So, Kledash, your Constitution saving throw? You do have to take this, even though you made the strength save.
Oh, okay.
You just
Two
get
separate
bonus.
effects.
Or not.
Unfortunately, 2 separate effects. You didn't fall over.
Oh no.
So,
You win some, you lose some, I guess. There
as
you
as each of you
This is
picks
life.
yourself up from this shockwave and Kledash, you recover, you hear you start trying to talk to someone. You're all deafened for 1 minute.
Real deafened.
I'm
What?
screaming. Yeah, can we have shouting voices so we don't actually have to shout
you
and disturb
are-
everyone in our residences?
You are also, this is interesting, you are compelled to envision and then share the first time you encountered magic. That's interesting.
What?
That's I'm not making this up, it's in the book!
So we have to out loud tell each other while deafened about the first time that we saw magic.
Yep!
Oh shit!
Alright.
I don't. Wow, that's great. I don't have that.
When I first saw my friend Gar, he was so I loved him so much that it made me feel magic in my heart.
Okay. If you speak, I'm going to assume that you're like shouting to get over the deafness, so you don't actually have to if you don't want to.
Did you
Oh
mean
my
that
God.
kind of magic?
It's up to your interpretation, so if you believe it, then congratulations.
Believe in magic in a young girl's heart.
I'm thinking of an idea. It's not quite all the way baked yet. Give me a few more.
So this
God
I
damn
only have 1 minute of deafness left.
and the longer you sit and you think about it, you start to feel like a headache start to come on.
Sorry, I've got
Yeah.
an idea. I'm just trying to word it.
Do I still feel a headache even though I got it out?
You do not know.
Oh, so
When-
it's a relief.
When my wife died, the sisters gloriously showed me their magical powers, and that is why I signed up with them, because it is... Fuck. I can't think of words. Fuck.
That's good enough.
Over-
You feel-
over- promotion, Efferil
Come up
begins.
now.
that's good enough. You feel the pressure in like the top of your head just melt away as you share your experience.
Jesus, I couldn't think of anything. I'm sorry.
No, I like
That's a
that.
really, that could
That's
have been
good.
a really good moment.
It's good.
I know that ruled.
So you know when you're about 5 years old and usually just take your Tupperware and bang on it like drums. Well, I did that once and made it music and, the whole, step on a crack, break your mother's back. Well, yeah, it's part of the reason why I got thrown out of the house.
Oh, Jesus.
And as Kledash is telling this story, right at about step on a crack is when all of your guys' hearing comes back. So that's what you hear.
I don't know what's more troubling, the breaking my mother's back with a song thing, or having Tupperware.
Oh, I guess I should have said pots and pans, you're right.
Yeah, Tupperware in a medieval setting. Do we have plastic? I don't think so.
Hey, the belching vortex of Luco is a thing that basically just vomits out stuff from the real world. It's fine.
My college was funded by Earl Tupper, who invented Tupperware.
Okay.
Actually,
it's true.
That's actually true. He's not making that up.
Yeah.
I hope you all know I'm actually writing that in my character sheet.
The Tupperware story.
That's fine.
Yeah, honestly, that was a really good thing that was a really good thing to do. I just wish I had something better. I wish I'd planned that.
So as you continuing on down the trail, now each of you feels this pull slightly toward the oasis. Once you've crossed that roughly half-mile threshold.
Wait, so we still feel the pull?
Yep. Well,
Okay.
you still feel, everybody else
Yeah,
now also feels the pull.
I mentioned that, I guess.
Well, this is weird.
Making your way toward the oasis area, you now come around a bend, and in the noontime sun coming down, it takes you a second for you to process what you're seeing, because from a distance, the oasis appeared to be, clear water with a couple of with some vegetation around, but as you come around the corner, the water of the oasis has shifted in color, is now a very deep crimson color. And
Not ominous at all.
And on the opposite end of the oasis are three tall stone columns. They rise like teeth on the other side, partially buried under the sand. And a small pedestal to one side. Whoop, I just knocked over my notes. A small pedestal to one side has a face with 4 distinct lines on it.
I drink the
Put my
water.
secret sight on it.
Okay, let's see.
I say, because I'm dazed from my long journey in the desert. It looks like wine to me. I say wine, and I drink it.
Okay. So you go to drink some of the water, and it has a very strong coppery taste to it. You recognize this taste. It is the taste of blood.
Do I like it?
I feel like that's a question more for you than it is for me.
I say that I don't like it to my compatriots, but I do like it.
Okay.
That's a bit of a plot reveal for you.
What a murder hobo.
I say, wow, this is a lake of blood. This is...
I think that was obvious from a distance.
You think that all red water is blood?
I think all
drinking
red,
from a lake of
ominous
blood.
water from weird magical things probably isn't good.
Alright, I'll give you that, but I don't think it was obvious that it was blood.
Wow, drinking from a lake of blood. That is one of my least favorite things to do.
Better than it's better than the cave of chocolate milkshakes.
The real question is, did people get the reference?
No.
Llamas with hats. That is one of my least favorite things to do.
Yes.
Alright.
Eating hands is one of your least favorite things to do. Or eating faces, I think. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
I know.
So, what are
Columns?
Yep, there are 3 stone columns on the far side, and to the right, you see a about 3-foot pillar that's been marked on the face with 4 markings, 1 pointing in each direction.
One of you have a spell that can do something here?
You said this.
Have a closer look at this thing. Can I, like, investigate it?
Which thing are you looking at? So let me.
I guess like the central platform thing.
Okay, so let me. I'm gonna really quickly sketch. Oh no, where am I? There are my markers. I lost my markers for a second. This isn't gonna be to scale. This is gonna be a really rough sketch just for you guys to see. So here's the oasis, right? Here are the 3 pillars. And here is the it's roughly 3-foot tall pedestal. And you guys are here.
The pedestal doesn't have anything on it?
The pedestal has 4 markings, just 1 pointing in each direction, like this. And where it goes off the edge, it continues down the side.
Are they cardinal directions?
They don't seem to align specifically with north, south, east, west, but they are pointed in 90-degree angles.
Okay.
Well, let's have a closer look at the pillar then. See whether or not we can. Sorry, the thing with the things on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This guy?
The pedestal.
The pedestal?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes. Words. I'm bad at.
Go ahead and roll a investigation check.
Investigation, my lowest useful skill. Does anyone else want to assist me on this roll?
I'll assist you.
Okay, do you have a higher intelligence than -1?
Yes.
I'm assisting you on this roll.
I do not want to be the primary searcher.
Okay then.
Alrighty, so go ahead and roll advantage.
That is definitely a partial. Okay, cool. I roll a 16.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 6. I was like, well, okay, yeah. So
I don't know
rotating.
what my investigation is on my character sheet for some reason.
Taking a moment with the pedestal, the top face of it seems disconnected to the rest, and you rotate it slightly to the side. You turn it clockwise once, and you watch as the pool begins to drain. And you see the center pillar fill about 3/4 up with this crimson fluid. You go to turn it again. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Five.
You go to rotate it one more time, and it doesn't seem to want to move.
I don't think I probably would have rotated it a second time if I'm being brutally honest. It looks like I'm draining the water into these pillar things, and blood into these pillar things, and that's unsettling as fuck.
Gruesome.
I mean, obviously it's not full, therefore we must sacrifice someone.
I am sneakily trying to empty out a bottle of wine and fill it with the blood.
Okay.
Why? What?
I don't want them to see me do it.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
You're doing this whilst assisting me investigating this thing.
9. Well, that's why I didn't want to be the primary person.
You can't.
18.
You can't do both at the same time. So.
Well, that's why I wasn't being the primary person. Okay, I refuse to help him.
Okay, then I rolled a 5.
Okay. Retroactively, unfortunately, then you didn't find anything. You did find a seam that runs along the outside, but other than that,
I'd say I rolled it. I rolled a 17 because I don't have a -1. It's wisdom that's negative, not intelligence.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
Oh.
Yeah, same.
But I rolled 2
as
dice.
before.
I'll just take the highest one anyway. Fuck it. The one shot. It's not really counting.
This is the one shot,
I
and
rolled 25.
you're in a time bubble.
Does my sleight of hand of 18 get me a secret bottle of blood?
So your sleight of hand of 18 does beat their passive perceptions. So yes, you now have
Secret
a bottle
of
of blood, and nobody else seems to have noticed.
And if either of you two play like you know that I have a bottle of blood, I will report you.
To who?
To
the
Jagex.
Dungeon Master.
Who reported to
Jagex.
Jagex.
The Jagex, creator of RuneScape, who has dominion over this game.
I turn around and say, "Why do you have a bottle of blood?" That's really not my character's voice.
I am starting my email to Jagex right now.
Anyway. Alright, so if I twist this thing, one of the pillars fills with blood. How much blood is left in the pool again? You said it started draining. Is it all gone or just some? You've stopped talking. I can't hear you.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
your mic.
This one, it only slightly filled, slightly decreased, and then this one is mostly filled in the center here. Let me mark it off.
Okay.
It's gone down by about, again, not to scale, but it's gone down by about that much. And this is 3/4 filled.
3/4?
Not all the way up.
I thought you said 1/4. So
No,
one turn of that filled up by...
3/4.
75%.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, I'm thinking one turn of that turn filled up by 3/4. Can I turn it the other direction? What happens then?
Turning it the other direction, make a strength check first.
Just
Wait, so rotating it one way didn't take a strength check and rotating it back?
It did. The first time didn't. The second time did.
Okay, but turning it back to where it was originally.
Yep.
18.
18. You easily rotate it back. The blood empties out of this pillar, and the pool goes back up to its original size.
Okay.
I'm gonna check these pillars out real quick. All right.
Yeah.
Let's hold off on the turny, and I go take a looky peeky. All right. I go and I use. Yeah.
What are you doing? Sorry.
I'm checking out the pedestal, the one that had blood go into it and then leave it. And...
Oh, the pillar.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm saying hold off on touching the
Who
pedestal
mixes
for a
up
second.
pillars and pedestals, honestly.
Yeah,
real.
God.
What a fool.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check on that pillar.
20.
20. Okay. So it's interesting as you approach the pillar and you start to take a closer look. The pillar itself is more or less solid rock. But when you get really, really close to it, you see that one of the faces, the face that's toward you, is more of a what's the word I'm looking? Like a quartz or some kind of a crystal, but it's very rough. So from a distance, without any blood in it, it looks like solid stone. But when you get up and look really close to it, you can see it's actually made of this like central crystal core. So when it starts to fill, you can see the blood inside. But from a distance, that's not something you would have been able to see.
Doesn't answer any questions about why there's a pool of blood.
What languages do you know? Remind me.
Infernal. No, I'm sorry. I know Common and Elvish and Thieves' Cant. My horse knows Infernal.
So you think, but yes. You do see sigils along one corner that go down into the sand. They start at about your hip height and then go down into the sand, but it's not a language you recognize.
Okay, I start brushing the sand away, see if I can see anything further down.
Okay, it takes a minute, but you get about maybe 2 feet down into the sand, and the sigils keep going, but at about that depth, without like really excavating further, the sand just keeps sliding in as you dig it out.
Are there any nearby groups of people we could conscript to excavate these pillars?
Make a perception check.
That's a perception check out of me. That's an 18. 16. That's a 16. I won't cheat.
There's no one around you.
Oh.
sorry.
The dimensional bubble kind of ends at a certain point.
Yeah, you look and you see like this weird shimmering sound, and you like lean to the side, and it's like the distance is a flat cube all around you. And the
You
words
look up in the sky, you can see a camera and a giant person talking to it.
the words skybox come into mind for some reason, even though you don't know what that is. No, but but actually there's no one around you, unfortunately.
Hey, Efferil, can you read this?
Oh my.
I know Celestial. I can have a look.
Why I'm asking.
I have a look. Is it Celestial?
It is, actually.
Oh!
Oh.
Look at that!
I actually wasn't expecting that. Celestial, yeah, cool.
In Celestial, it does run off the bottom, so you're not able to read. What you're reading is the end of the message. So the beginning of the message is down in the sand, but at the end of the message, it says, let's see, that would be, before words were divine ambitions.
It seems that this is just the end of the message, and it runs deeper in the ground. All I can read is that.
Before words were divine ambitions.
Yes.
It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
I have to agree.
And before words you shut up. God. I hate prophecies. I hate... Just shut up. Alright. Kledash, what do you think?
Well, I think the pillars are a bit weird since they're literally drinking blood. So I don't know if we want to turn it all the way and see what happens, or if we just want to sit around looking like a bunch of fools.
Well, what about the other two pillars?
I mean, if it goes 75% per turn, we're gonna get all three filled with 4 turns.
Well, I mean, assuming it even goes into the other pillars, it could just come gushing out the top.
I mean, that's true too, but I mean, from a mathematical standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at 300% divided by 75, you're gonna get 4.
What happens if I turn the turny thing by another 90 degrees in the opposite direction?
Oh my god, start draining us! Drain us into the pool!
So you
How do you think the pool got there in the first place?
go make a strength check
Oh, no.
to
Always
pull
a
it
strength
in
check.
the
Oh my
other direction.
God, you're gonna turn us into husks! You're
That's
gonna
it.
drain us!
One shot's over.
Giving
Party
him
dies.
ideas. Natural 20, 22.
22.
No!
Okay. You
No!
hang on. I need to get more dice.
Oh no!
Jesus, no!
I'm kidding. I actually only need one die.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Need one dice to kill us off, you fools.
So, as you turn it in the, I'm kidding. You don't actually. You don't. Nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. You turn it in the other direction. It takes quite a lot of force to, and then you pull it and nothing happens.
You sound like have you ever seen? Do you guys remember that like Mario Maker level where the guy like has a terrible time? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's a ROM hack. It's not a Mario Maker level, but yes, I know what you're
Yeah.
referring to. Yes,
Yeah.
I was very much channeling the spirit of Super Mario Frustration. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He goes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it takes a lot of your energy, and you rotate it to the 4th position from the 1st, and nothing happens.
Cool,
Alright.
I broke it.
And you go to rotate it back, and it rotates very easily back to the 1st position, but then you feel a little bit of resistance going to the 2nd position.
Oops. I took a looky peeky at the other two pillars.
Okay, roll investigation.
22 on the first one.
Good lord. Okay. Just consider that for both. You
Okay.
you see they're constructed in a very similar manner. You do not see any of that script on the other two, but they are constructed in a very similar manner. You actually brush some of like the sand that's accumulated off, and you can very clearly see the crystalline structure in the center.
Okay. Well, I'm bored and stupid enough to turn it again. If you guys all want to try turning it again.
Fuck it.
Let's do it.
I can't see anything else to interact with.
I feel like, you know what? You two correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel right now basically invincible. Like, whatever happens, even if we die, we're just going to come back in 2 weeks.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Depends on whether or not I strangle you to death.
Alright.
I don't have to heal you. Let's do that.
Okay. So you rotated to the second position, and it goes fairly easily. The pillar fills up to about 3/4. Where did I put the pen? There it is. You go to rotate it to the second position. Whoever's doing this, go ahead and make a strength check.
So you have the highest strength. Efferil, you have the highest strength at 14, so...
Yeah, I know, it's weird. I'm the strongest. I made my character ridiculously strong for a Warlock for some reason.
Well, I mean, can we assist on it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sure, I'll say you can assist. Yeah, it's large enough that you can have multiple people pushing on it at once.
Good, because I rolled a 6.
Is there a way to like attach a rope to it and have the horses pull?
It's not. Unfortunately, there's nothing to like really pivot onto. If the horses pulled on it, it would just pull the pillar over, most likely.
I rolled a 10.
A 10. That's what you needed. You rotated to the third position. This pillar fills. And one of the second pillars fills halfway.
Alright, okay, fine. You were right. I'm the idiot. Jesus Christ. I think you're so goddamn... Shut up. Let's turn it again.
Alright. Make another strength check. One more strength check.
With your mathematically sound extrapolation from the data provided.
19.
Okay. So, this pillar fills completely, and this pillar fills about 1/4 of the way. And as this happens, now I actually need to get a battle map out. Oh boy. Hang on, give me 1 second to get a real battle
We're
map out.
some kind of ritual here, but God knows what it is. And...
I mean, the problem is if it's requiring all the blood in the pool, it's not going to fill all the way, because it's got about a mouthful missing.
So...
This is all, we're like summoning a dark lord of some sort, and it can't quite get there anymore.
You can't quite summon the Dark Lord of Blood because some dude decided to drink the blood.
So
he just decided to chug it, man.
There's also a bottle full missing. It's not.
Oh, we don't know there's a bottle full. Remember that. We only know that there's a mouthful.
Yeah, true.
But technically, if it needed all the blood, it can't.
Some dark wizard somewhere is so mad that we took that amount of his secret blood. Do you have an idea how long it takes to get all this out to the desert? Are you kidding me?
Who drinks blood like that?
Fires.
Oh my god.
So, while I'm building this battle map, allow me to describe what you're seeing. The blood flows down into a hole in the center of the lake, a 5-foot hole, that... Actually, here's the pedestal you were fucking around with. I'll say you're there, and there, because why not?
I'm still by the pillars.
You're over the... Oh, that's right, because Efferil was the one turning them, so... You are going to be probably there, let's say.
Can I help?
I walked over to the pillars to translate, then walked back.
Yeah. So, let's change over to this. As the last of the blood kind of filters down into the hole. Come on. There you go. You see... It's like a drain. Just... kind of like a whirlpool. And then... You hear the water or the blood bubbling as it empties. And there's a moment where nothing seems to happen. And coming out... coming out from the sides of these two pillars, you see the blood bleed out through this side and the rear side. I'm going to rotate this so you can see the number.
Making sure that blood gets stayed in those pillars. Isn't it going to link out?
It is now. As the... Yeah, delicious, isn't it? As the... Let's see. I want to go with this battle music because why not? Two creatures just... like force their way out through the sides of the crystal, and they look at the three of you. And I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
I refuse.
You can go at the end of the initiative. That's fine.
I want the blood monsters to get me. I got a 9.
So did I.
9. Okay. So hang on. 1.
21.
Excellent.
Would have been funny if we all got
9.
Well, I'm sorry.
So that was Dásos and Efferil got 9, and Kledash got 21.
Yep.
All right.
I think in the event of a draw, it's whoever has the highest dexterity gets to go first, the other two of us.
So with PCs, you get to choose. If it's NPCs or monsters, it's dexterity, but when it's PCs, you get to choose. So,
do we get to choose every round?
At the top of the initiative order is Kledash with a 21. So what would you like to do? Seeing these creatures ooze their way out from the sides of the crystals, like bleeding out through the sides of the crystals, you see them both look at Dásos and start to sort of prepare themselves with whatever form they have. It's a vaguely humanoid shape made of this blood
go
fluid.
First, Dásos, because you're probably gonna need it.
Wait, so do they look like blood?
They appear to be made of the same fluid, yes.
I drink them.
I knew you were going to say that.
On your turn. However, it is Kledash's turn.
So, I'm going to hit up some inspiration for Dásos.
Okay,
Just
you
going
cast...
casually.
Go ahead.
What are you going to inspire me to do?
I'm going to inspire you. There are monsters. There's monsters in the obelisk, and the obelisk on the lake, and the lake in the hole in the bottom of the lake. Fuck, whatever. Didn't quite go as far as I thought it would, but we're going for it anyways.
And the fog down in the valley. Okay. So you receive the most begrudging inspiration I've ever given anyone.
It could have been better. It was on the spot, so they can't all be winners.
With your bonus action, okay.
Like
what would you like to do with your action, and would you like to move?
Let's see. I will stay where I am, but ooh, let me see this. See what enhance ability does again. Is the last. Remember?
I believe, if I recall correctly, enhance ability is
yes. What is the primary stat for a warlock? That is it wisdom or intelligence for casting?
Charisma.
For warlocks?
Wisdom and intelligence for our warlock. That's why he's got that 11 and that 9.
Warlocks are charisma spellcasters, yes.
Crap.
Because they had to make a deal with an eldritch horror.
Yeah, every time I make cast a spell, I gotta seduce them.
Okay, so I will cast enhance ability.
Okay.
Eagle Splendor,
so move,
which is
boop there to touch Efferil. Is a touch spell.
Yes.
Okay. So now you have advantage on all charisma checks.
Yay.
Does that include spells?
I'm gonna move this up. It does not, unfortunately. But anytime you need to make a charisma ability check, you've got enhance ability on you. You have Eagle Splendor on you. Okay, is that gonna be your turn?
Yes.
All right. So, at initiative count 20, you see the remnants of the fauna that were in the water. Actually, all of you are within range of this. They all lash out from within the water. I'm not going to mark where they are because it doesn't matter. But they all lash out toward all of you. And I would like you to make, each of you, to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Do you mean like fish?
Sorry, flora. So, like, the seaweed, more or less, that was in this disgusting blood lake.
21.
Oh, well,
21?
there's your 9.
9?
22.
22, okay. So each of you manages to just duck out of the way, except Kledash. You feel one of the vines of seaweed wrap around your ankle and yank you prone. No damage, you just are pulled prone. That's initiative count 20. Then this one goes, and it's going to go... What's the speed on these things? Oh boy. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, 30. So, it goes... And they can pass through things because they're elementals, yay. This one goes right here to Dásos.
Around the pillar.
As long as at least half of them is... what's the word I'm looking for? Free, they can like just bloop around objects.
Yeah, apologies. I was a bit late.
Oh, hello. I will
By a bit, I mean an hour.
Yes, I will write you in just a second. So.
Tyorrgeth plays with blobs.
They're fighting with blobs.
No,
They
no,
don't-
I'm
Tyorrgeth
getting the
is
one
blob.
shot because no one turned up until half an hour.
So.
Oh.
It will. Actually,
Dásos next.
you know what it is going to do? It's going to move one more square and attempt to engulf you, Dásos.
Oh god.
So
Good
go
luck,
ahead.
idiot.
Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
But you
Actually,
better
no. Make
believe
a. This is a grapple. So go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay, well I rolled a 19, so I'm keeping that 19. I rolled it while you were still talking. And
Okay.
I'm gonna do acrobatics, so 22.
22. That is a 22. You just beat it.
Eat
So
it,
you
dork.
managed to just push yourself out of its.
Can I give it a little
sphere.
lick on my way out?
Sure.
What
You
a 22? Come on.
You and it looks mildly disturbed.
Did you just taste the blob?
It's blood.
Oh, I've been tasting blobs.
This is a session that's just gonna have
that's gonna be-
nothing to do with anything that's going on. But apparently, Dásos likes blood now.
This is
I
a
didn't know
No
that either.
reason.
So this is
I
a
didn't
this is
know
a
that.
time bubble. It's not. This isn't going to affect what happens in the actual game. However,
I mean,
coming next is
let's-
going to be this one's turn, and it is going to go 5, 15, 20, 30, and it's going to stay there. There's that. Dásos and Efferil, it is your turn.
But Dásos, you can go first,
Okay.
unless you want some healing.
So you
yeah.
just have to realize
I haven't been hit by anything.
the
I'm
reason
going
why
to...
Dásos likes blood is because Dásos likes the sea, and the sea is salty, so is
Correct.
blood.
These are good connections. I pull out my scroll of summon half-orc.
I don't know that you have that. However, Tyorrgeth, if you could roll initiative for me, please. Just so I know when to
Yeah.
let you in.
Yep. Let me pull out the dice.
Wait, so I'm not going to summon Tyorrgeth?
You don't have to. I'll just say you don't have to.
That's a 17.
17. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna give the blob a little stab, slash,
Okay.
little slash.
Go
So that
ahead
one's
and
still in
roll.
reach of me, right?
Number 1 is Go ahead and roll an attack.
24.
All right, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh, I do not have a d6. Oh yes, I do have a giant novelty d6. There we go. Don't know why I have this. All right.
How about D30?
Roll the funny d6.
2. 11. 16 plus 3, 19.
19. Okay. So you go and you strike out. This is with your scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of narration. So you go and you strike out with your scimitar, and it whoosh, passes through. You see some of the blood like stays on your blade and flecks away, but it doesn't seem to hit quite as hard as you were expecting it to.
Okay, I lick it.
Okay.
I lick the blade.
You lick the blade. It's very coppery, and yep. There's a little bit of sand in it. So.
What does the blob think?
Yep.
Okay. Then I guess I don't have anything else to do, so I'm just gonna take a couple of steps back.
Okay. Alright, you use your bonus action to disengage?
Sure.
Okay. How far back do you go?
You put me behind that pillar on the other side of that.
This one here?
Yeah, put me behind that.
Okay. Alrighty. That's your turn. Efferil, you are up.
Yes. Shit, I should have been planning my turn, shouldn't I? That would have been smart. I cast Fireball. Do I want to add Burning Hands for some reason? Did I switch it out? Doesn't matter. Let's see. Where are they? They are... Can I reach him with Arms of Hadar?
What's the range on Arms of Hadar? I want to say yes, but...
10-foot radius self. So if I stand in the middle, can I hit them both?
Oh yeah, it's self. Let me get it.
I don't think I can get that close.
So 10-foot radius. I want to say yes. If you can get between the two, then yeah. So that'd be 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, if you get right here, Arms of Hadar will...
Did I hit the other guy?
Arms of Hadar will just... Actually, if you go here, 30, Arms of Hadar will just hit both of them.
Will you let me do that? If it's go, I will do Arms of Hadar.
Okay. You go ahead and you invoke the power of Hadar, the Dark Hunger. Okay.
So they got to make a spell. They got to make a Strength saving check
Make
against 14 DC.
Strength saving throw. 14 is your spell save DC?
Yes.
Let's see. For number 1, that's a natural 18, so that one succeeds. Number 2 is an 18 again. So they do save. I do believe they still take damage, right? A little bit?
They take half damage, yeah.
They take half damage. Okay, go ahead and roll your...
It's 46 because it's
46 because
third
you're
level.
At 3rd level, yep.
9, 12, 17, 18, so 9 damage.
Alright, so they both take 9 damage. This is necrotic, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they both take 9 damage. You summon up the force of Hadar, and each of you sees tendrils just lash out from Efferil's body and strike the blood creatures, and you see them take large chunks of the blood out with them. So you said
retool these spells.
so with
you
9
so they're
damage
more
of
pony
each, right?
Yes. I should really retool these spells with you, their descriptions, so that they're more customized to sisters or something.
You can always do that. Alrighty.
I'll do it after
So
session, obviously.
is that going to be your turn? Do you have a bonus? I don't know if you have anything to do in your bonus action.
I do, but I can't use it. I have to wait for them to attack me before I can Hellish Rebuke them.
Ah, okay. So that's going to be the end of your turn. Coming back around to the top of the initiative order, Kledash. It is your turn. You are currently prone.
I should be able to still cast it even when prone. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on Blood Thing number 2.
Alrighty, you go ahead and cast Vicious Mockery. That is a Wisdom saving throw, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the DC?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. My Doom 13. Sorry.
13. Oh my goodness, that's a 2. So no. It's a Vicious Mockery. Go ahead and roll for your damage.
What do you say to them?
And they have
4.
disadvantage on the next attack roll. You roll a 4?
Well, it's a 1 and a 3, so it's a 4.
1 and 3, so 4. Okay. So you deal 4 points of psychic damage. Psychic damage.
Yep.
On number 2. How do you mock them?
I was thinking about that.
And it has...
Man, look at you. You better run. Look at that. She's literally drinking and eating blood. Get out of here.
That's not mockery. That's just a warning. That's just it's a kind-hearted warning.
I threw that die on there. That's just the indication they have disadvantage until the end of the next turn. Okay.
Neat.
Is that going to be your turn? You have anything
No,
else?
I must be inspiration generator, so I shall cast inspiration on Efferil.
Alright, you send inspiration out to Efferil. So if that's a D8 at this level, I think?
Yes.
Yes, so you have a D8 you can add to any roll of a D20, really.
Yay.
Next is initiative count 20. So, Efferil and Dásos, you watch as the little slimy tendrils of sea fauna, or lake fauna, flora, lash out and attempt to grapple you again. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, each of you. And Kledash as well.
Boom.
Kledash
14.
with disadvantage because you're prone. So, 14 for Efferil.
16.
16.
Sorry, I didn't notice when Kledash got knocked prone. When did that happen?
It was right at the
The
beginning.
last
First
time we
floor.
did the vine grappling.
Right, I didn't catch up.
That's alright.
I hope this
Sorry,
is the right
there's
thing for
There's
disadvantage.
0 things for me to pay attention to. You think I can pay attention to all 0 things?
It's just DAV plus 3 is what it would be.
Oh, no question mark.
With question mark, but no 20.
Oh. Man, I'll get that eventually.
It's a 14. Okay, each of you watch as the plants lash out towards you, and you manage to just duck out of the way. Kledash, you kind of roll out of the way, and you see it strikes the ground next to you, and pulls like a large chunk of the sand next to you in toward the hole. All right. So it is now this thing's turn. This blood blob's turn, as you've taken to calling them. It will...
You called them that.
Yeah, you called them that.
I did not call them that. Dásos called them that
Okay.
first. But I'm going with it.
Well, we'll see about that.
Okay.
I mean, if we
Roll
charm
back
it,
the
we could always
recording.
call it. I mean, if we charm it, we could call it Blood Bob.
It will, however, move here toward Efferil and take 2 slam attacks against him.
Blood
Cool.
blob, blood bob, I don't care. I call it din.
Probably not. That's a 9. So that's a no. And the
I
second
don't think
slam
that's a healthy thing
attack...
to call dinner.
Yeah, that's an 8. So no, both times you just hear this as the liquid just flows over your head as it misses you entirely. Jesus.
That is slightly annoying because to cast Hellish Rebuke, they need to actually hurt me.
And all of you, you hear. Let's see. How do I want to phrase this? You hear as a hand bursts up from the sand right about here, and you watch
That's
as
what blood
Tyorrgeth claws his way out, covered in blood. You see a half-orc that, yeah, you know Tyorrgeth is just like climbing his way out. Tyorrgeth, who disappeared like 6 weeks ago, because this is a one
buddy.
shot. Fuck it, why not?
Just
Claws
I'm just
his way
disturbed
out of
by
the
the blood.
sand.
I'm just disturbed by like all the blood, like
Yeah.
the fact I was under sand and just confusion.
And you just coughing out blood and sand. It's kind of gross.
It's only
But
mostly not your blood.
you now have your turn. So what would you like to do?
and
So
take 6 seconds to recover.
I'm guessing I see that. So I'm guessing I see like all the enemies and stuff already. Like they're all within line of sight.
Yeah, a quick glance at the battlefield and you see pretty much everything that's going on. The only thing you don't immediately see is Kledash prone. but everything else you see.
Well then, so as a bonus action, I'm just gonna pop my rage and then go over to the first blood slime creature next to Efferil.
Kledash, smash.
and then I'm gonna take his slash at it using my short sword.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Does flanking do anything in 5th ed? I can't remember. 'Cause that looks like flanking.
Yes, you can actually take that attack with advantage because you are flanking with Efferil. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me.
I didn't know how advantage works in this one. I was just playing Pathfinder last week.
It's
very different.
25.
25? Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Flanking is a variant rule in 5th edition, but it's a variant rule that makes sense, so I do it. So.
Yeah, like feats are a variant rule, but why wouldn't you allow feats?
Unless you take variant human, in which case. Go ahead.
There's 10 for the short sword, and due to my 10 plus the 2 rage damage, I believe.
So 12 slashing, right?
Yeah, 12 slashing, and then with my divine fury, I got 4 necrotic.
All right, and you slash through, and as you trail through the blood creature, you see this like essence of rot just impose itself on the creature. So you deal 4, you said?
Yup.
Damage. Okay. And is that going to be your turn? You're going to stay where you are? You have about 10 feet of movement left.
Yeah, I'll stay right where I am.
Alrighty. Coming down in the line, it is now the second creature's turn. And it is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And actually, it's going to attempt to enter Kledash's space for 30. So, Kledash, if you can make a strength saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Hopefully he's trying to enter my space and not me, because that would be weird.
Actually, no, I lied. Sorry, I keep forgetting. This thing works differently than other things. It is you can either make an acrobatics check with disadvantage, or an athletics check without disadvantage.
Oh man,
because it's a special grapple.
I'd much rather do the thing that I'm good at.
Isn't that's such a hard decision?
Ah, crap. There we go. 19.
19. You rolled a 20. I'm so sorry. So you feel this thing.
Oh.
It's like just barely there. Like you managed to just like keep your head out and breathing, but this creature like slithers into your space, and for some reason I closed it. I don't know why. Hang on. Let me open it back up again. There we go. And it just engulfs your body. And actually, that's gonna be its turn.
Wait.
That's gonna be its turn.
I wouldn't have expected it to get a 20 when it has the disadvantage. Huh, neat.
It does not have the disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
And in fact,
it was
I was wondering because of like the D4 on it.
It was it's not an attack. It made it. Oh no, you're right, because grapple is technically an attack. It rolled a 22. Sorry.
Jesus.
Wow.
Not even higher.
What is pluses on that? Jesus.
Its strength is well. I'm not going to tell you until after combat, but it's got a good strength modifier. Put it that way. That is actually going to be its turn. So, Dásos and Efferil.
Acrobatics.
It is your guys' turn.
Dásos, you can go. Unless you have done know what you're doing.
I'm making a sandwich. Do you want to go?
Okay. Just.
You see Dásos like return to neutral position with her arms out slightly to the side.
Just T-posing.
I thought it would be much more humorous if he's literally taking one of the foots. Like he chopped off a foot from the clot monster and he's like putting it between 2 slices of bread. It's like, what are you doing?
Hey,
sure.
You go
first.
First.
That's what he's doing now.
Well, wait, we're calling it a clot monster now? I hate that.
I don't know.
Like, that's even nastier than blob.
Yeah,
Well, I
Blood
was
is
never
cool.
actually expecting to get into close combat range. If I cast a spell, don't they get an opportunity attack against me, or is that a different system I'm thinking of?
It is a ranged spell attack, yeah.
Right. If I use it against them, it still counts. Oh.
Yeah.
Are all of your spells ranged?
Except for Hellish Rebuke, yes.
You don't
So
have to
go
make
for
a
the
ranged
attack
spell attack. If it's just like an effect, then it should be all right. It's not a disadvantage.
I mean, I could do Arms of Hadar again. But I don't think I can. Yeah, that other guy's slightly out of range. But it wouldn't necessarily be the best thing to do. It's slightly annoying. I should have taken Shillelagh at some, rather than one of my other cantrips. So when someone does get into combat, I just hit them with my staff. Alright, fuck it. Let's just do Eldritch Blast on them. Fuck it.
Okay,
If
which
they hit me, then I can
which
hit them.
which one are you striking?
The ones right next to me.
So let me
Actually, no. I'll
It's
do
not-
Eldritch Blast on the number one.
It's not an opportunity attack. It's you just make the attack with disadvantage.
Oh,
That's
I don't roll.
yeah.
Oh, no, I
3/5
did with
would be 3/5 would be opportunity attacks. It's just you take the attack with disadvantage if you're within melee range of an opponent of a hostile.
Yeah. Okay. I was. Yeah. I'm mixing again. Pathfinder and D&D again. Sorry.
Yeah. Everyone does.
Again,
at
I was
this
just
point.
playing.
Path of
Right.
the
Okay.
Dragon.
In which case, I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast against both against number 2 because there's a dwarf
Okay.
against number 1.
Alrighty, so
that
against number
is
2,
a-
you do still take it at disadvantage because you're making a ranged attack within melee range of any hostile.
Yes.
I okay.
Just gotta remember. So is a 14 enough? Probably not.
14 just hits.
Oh, sweet. That is one attack.
This is on 2, correct?
On that one, yeah.
This one, which they
That
no
looks like a
longer
one
have
to me.
disadvantage. Sorry, let me move Kledash slightly. There you go. That's a 2.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a second attack and just do the damage. If that's all right.
I mean, wait, what?
I'm just gonna roll the second attack, then do the damage.
Oh yeah, go ahead. That's fine. Do the damage all at once. Yeah, that's fine.
That is a 18, so that's probably enough.
Yeah, the 18 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage for both.
So it's 2d10 plus.
Your charisma, right? Yeah. Agonizing
so
blast,
that is-
motherfuckers.
Jesus, that's really nice. That is 23.
23 points of damage.
Is it?
Kledash, you watch as 2 massive black orbs just slam into this creature. And not enough to like push
Sorry?
it off of you, but it deals a good amount of damage to it.
Not 23, 27. Sorry.
27,
I was rolling
even
2D
better.
I was rolling 2d10 thinking that's the attack of one Eldritch Blast, but no, it's 2 separate Eldritch Blasts. Which means I get to add my charisma and everything.
All right.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I rolled a 9 and a 10.
Is that gonna be your turn? Or are you gonna move?
That is my turn.
Okay. Efferil. Excuse me, Dásos.
Finish with your sandwich.
I finished my sandwich.
Get back in the kitchen and make me another one.
I collect
Damn.
the material for another sandwich by going for a big slash.
Okay, so you move 5, 10, and you strike again.
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and roll for an attack.
Okay.
I would like to roll.
I
to
use my
devour.
Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh
do
shit,
have
I
to do
should
it
have used
before?
Bardic Inspiration as well.
Ah, everyone
I
forgets.
forget how it works. Do I have to declare it before I attack? Or can I attack?
It's
You have to
you
declare
can
it before.
well, so you can make the roll, but before I tell you whether it hits or misses, you have to decide whether to make Bardic Inspiration. So you can see it, and then be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I want to add Bardic Inspiration on top of that." But if
Okay.
once I tell you whether it succeeds or fails, then you can no longer use Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Well, yeah. I
I'm
rolled a
gonna
9.
metagame
I,
here,
I
but
would have
apparently-
added. What?
I'm gonna metagame here, but apparently 14 hits, so.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have hit. I had my Bardic Inspiration. I got a 20.
Yeah, 20 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage with sneak attack because allies are within melee range.
Always.
And also
have
you're a
sneak attack 'cause I'm a
swashbuckler, so you get a fuck ton of sneak attack anyway. So
12, 16,
Sneaky.
19 damage.
19 points of damage. You slash out towards it. Once again, it doesn't hit quite as hard as you expected to, but that's a good amount of damage on number 1 there. Okay.
Alright, then I disengage towards Kledash.
So if I recall correctly, I think I said this wrong last round. Because you're a swashbuckler and you struck it, you don't have to disengage. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I think they just can't. Yeah, you can just go.
Anybody I attack can't attack of opportunity me until the next turn.
Yep. So you move toward Kledash.
Yeah, my boy.
Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Do you want to dash and go the rest of the way?
Nah.
Because you still have your bonus action.
No, he's fine.
Okay. You'll stay there. Coming back up to the top of the round, Kledash. At the top of your
being
turn.
devoured by the thing.
Yep, at the top of your turn. Let me look up the stat block. I have the stat blocks in 2 different places. This is stupid of me. Anyway, if you could make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no! 4-foot tall dragon does not have much for Constitution. 10. Statistically
10.
average.
Unfortunately, not enough. You are going to take. Where are my d6s?
Oh no!
Oh, that's a shit roll. God damn it! You take 6 points of necrotic damage as you feel this thing like leech into your skin or your scales.
I, for one, am glad it didn't kill you.
You are currently restrained.
Oh, cool.
But because of your really close roll when you were being grappled, you are still breathing. Otherwise, you'd be restrained and not able to breathe. If you'd like, you can take an action to try and force your way out of it.
Let's see.
Or you can attack. It would
of...
just be a disadvantage because you're restrained.
I don't know if this would be in a disadvantage the way I'm thinking of it, though.
Yeah,
You're saying it's currently enveloping me, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh god, what do you want to
do? So my thought process is that I'm basically going to use my acid, but it's basically, instead of shooting the acid, it's going to be more of like a drool to make sure that it drips down onto the thing that's on me.
So you give it a kiss.
It's a save, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a dex save.
Because of your proximity and because it is restraining you, I will say that it has to make the dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. Because it is attempting to hold you. So, what is the DC on that?
The DC 8 plus con plus prof. So, we've got whatever its Constitution modifier is plus whatever its proficiency.
Oh, that'll be your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency. To make the DC.
Oh, is it mine? I thought it was a creature's.
Well, so it has to roll against your DC. So your Constitution modifier, well, you have 10, so that's 0. So 10 plus your proficiency modifier.
Be 11.
11? Well, that's a natural 1. So no. Oof. Yeah, it's at disadvantage, so I'm not even going to bother rolling the second time. Yeah, it takes the damage. Go ahead and roll your acid damage. As you just, out of desperation, just basically vomit this acid onto this creature that has you enveloped.
Alright, so 8.
8 points of acid damage? Okay.
Yep.
You see the acid strike the creature and burn all the way down its body into the sand. So that hurt it quite a bit. Alrighty.
Nice.
Such a fun ability.
Initiative. On initiative count 20, Tyorrgeth, Efferil, and Dásos. If I could have you make dexterity saving throws, please, as you watch the plants on the ground Looking like a fool with your plants on the ground. Lash out. Man, that's an old reference. I wonder who gets that. Lash out.
Oh, I got it.
Attempt to,
I got a
attempt
20.
You got a 20? Okay. Because you're danger sense, you have advantage anyway.
I got a 4.
4? Okay. Dásos?
22.
22.
Nice.
Dásos, you are pulled prone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As the plants on the bottom of the water just yank your ankle to the side and
Wait, you mean
tumble to the
Efferil,
ground.
right?
Did I say Dásos? Sorry,
Yeah,
I
you
meant
said
Efferil.
Dásos.
Yes, you did.
Efferil, you're pulled to the ground.
Nice.
That's gonna be initiative
Am I
count
grappled
20.
just on the ground?
You're just on the ground. You're not grappled. You're just pulled prone.
Okay.
However, number 1 is going to take 2 strikes against you with advantage because you are prone.
Nice.
So that's a natural 20 on the first attack. So I'm gonna roll both of them in a row.
Fair enough.
The second one is, I don't know if this hits. 15?
Yep. Well, my AC is 15.
Okay, so it does hit you. So it hits you twice. The first one is a critical.
Yes.
Let me get my... So that's 12, 15 plus... Ugh, Jesus. 15, 18... So that's 32... Jesus. 32 points of bludgeoning damage. As this thing slams down on top of you.
Sweet. I am on 13.
That is, however, going to be its turn. Now it
Okay.
is tier.
Hellish Rebuke.
Yes, Hellish Rebuke. Okay, so you use your reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke. What
Give me a
is
second to get Hellish Rebuke up.
that? Is a save, I want to say.
It is indeed a something save.
It is
Something
a
in the way.
dexterity saving
Dexterity.
throw.
Dexterity saving throw will take 4d10 of damage.
Yeah, that it fails on. So because that's at 9. Okay, so 2d10, 4d10. That's right, because it's cast at higher levels.
Fortunately,
Sure.
I have 4d10.
Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Oh, that's not as high as I'd hoped. Was that a 9 or a 5? That was a 5. Okay, so that is... Oh, 20 damage.
20 points of, I think, fire damage, right?
It's something damage. Yeah,
This
fire.
is number 1. All right. As this thing slams into you, the first time it hits you, you just reach out and scream at it in infernal, or in no, actually it wouldn't be infernal because you don't know it because you're not a tiefling, but you scream at it in the language of your patrons, and
Wait,
fire
it might be an
just
infernal, I just don't know what it means.
exactly, and fire leaps out from the palm of your hand and strikes this creature, and you can see this creature is now dissolved to a little bit under half its size. It's still large for the purposes of combat, but it's lost a significant amount of its own blood, if that makes sense. And it takes the second strike against you and basically slams you back down into the sand. That's going to be its turn. Tyorrgeth comes back around to you.
All right. I'll slash at it again.
Okay. Not with advantage because prone enemies don't threaten them. But
Yep.
you do get a regular attack.
All right. That's a nat 20.
Okay then. Go ahead and roll damage. You can either double the dice or roll twice as many dice, your choice.
I'll just double the dice.
There you go.
That does not include my necrotic damage because that acts as a special thing, correct?
That is a die roll, so yes, that is included. The only thing it
Oh,
doesn't
nice.
include is your modifiers. But any dice that are rolled as part of the attack are included.
Is that actually the first crit in combat we've had? I don't think we've had that many crits.
The PCs, yes. It just critted on you, but yes.
Yeah. That's strange.
I got a 20 damage in slashing and and 6 in necrotic, and I'm gonna use my extra attack.
Hold off on that for
Wait,
1 second.
I believe I have that.
Hold
All
off
right.
on that for 1 second because you slash down on this creature, and as your necrotic energy pulses through it, its entire form just dissipates down into the sand, and you can see this. It's behind you, so you can't really see it. But this pillar that had been slightly depleted of blood fills back up as the blood goes back into the pillar.
Oh.
That's unsettling.
So it's
Well,
gone.
am I able to get over to the one messing with Kledash, or
What is your
would I have to
speed?
do a ranged attack?
What is your speed?
It would be 40.
I want to say 40. So
I
5,
think.
15, 20, 25, 30, 40? Yeah, you can just get within
All right.
melee range of it, yeah. Because you're a freaking barbarian,
then.
and barbarians are bananas with speed.
Yeah.
Barbarians and monks are just crazy with speed.
Yeah. Well then, I'll attack at the thing with my short sword again.
Okay. Go ahead and make your second attack.
Can't believe you're a barbarian with a short sword.
19, and that's because I haven't had a place to spend my gold for a better sword.
Alrighty, 19 hits. Go ahead
You
and
were in
roll
the
for
dirt
damage.
for 6 weeks. You shouldn't even have that.
Oh, fuck.
I think so did Ember.
Sorry,
Oh
hang
no,
on.
he's back.
I broke something.
That's
What
okay.
happened while I was
Fixed.
gone?
Nothing.
I rolled for my second attack, which is
It was a 19, right?
yes, 19 to
Yeah,
hit.
that'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
$12.
12 points of damage of slashing, right?
Yeah, slashing.
All right. So you go and that's including your rage damage.
Oh, I forgot to add my rage damage.
this
That
level
would be a
is-
14.
Plus 2, yeah, so 14.
Yeah.
You're making me do math. 15.
Get a calculator.
Not math. Anything but math.
Okay, so you slash through this creature, and even in the like red haze of your rage, you can see that your regular weapon attack is not dealing quite as much damage as you expected it to. Okay.
Magic damage for the win.
Now it comes up to its turn. At the top of its turn, it is going to, let's see. It is going to attempt to drain the blood from you, Kledash. So, make make another make another Constitution saving throw, please. Kledash? Did I lose everybody?
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
Nope.
We can hear you. I think Kledash is just off doing something.
You can roll a Constitution saving throw.
I can make a Constitution saving throw for him, but I really don't want to.
Pizza. I'm sorry.
How
Ah.
dare you get food? Anyway, make a Constitution saving throw, please, as you feel the elemental squeeze in towards you and attempt to drain you of your blood.
God, I wish that was me.
6.
6. Okay. So, you take.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh
Boy,
boy. I
more
need to get
damage.
more dice for this.
Oh no.
Okay.
You don't
four,
have to.
8.
You just decide to.
Well, so you take 13 points of necrotic damage,
Oh.
and the rest of you, I don't have enough tokens for this. Actually, I think this is just the right size. Watch as it swells in size
Oh.
So, Tyorrgeth, if you could make a strength saving throw, please, to avoid becoming engulfed.
My blood.
My
Oh.
my proficiency.
Oh fuck, it's stuck in there. I shouldn't have used this. This was a mistake. Oh god, it's actually stuck in there.
Oh no. Oh no.
I got a 24.
Expensive.
24? Okay. So you are pushed, instead of being engulfed, you're pushed off to
get
the
out?
side.
Did you get out?
No, I didn't. You're
Shit, that looks
pushed.
expensive.
Yeah, well, it's Elderwood Academy, it's fine. There we go, got it.
It's just this. I don't know how much that cost.
It's just, I don't know, $60, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. I got it out. So you're, as this thing expands, you get pushed off to the side. You yank yourself out of it. That is going to be its turn. Dásos and Efferil.
Pretty good turn.
Yeah.
Dásos?
I mean, I just feel like you're doing more damage than I am because you can cast spells and I have a sword. So do you want to go first? See if you can kill this thingy.
Please don't let me die.
I don't think I have. I don't have that many single point damage spells aside from Eldritch Blast.
So I'll just blast it.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Because you're
Oh,
prone.
Can I stand up and
Okay.
do Eldritch Blast? Or is
This is-
that,
Yes, you can stand, and you cast Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and roll your spell attacks.
okay, so that is a 2.
So I'm gonna guess
And-
that probably doesn't hit.
Well, if it's below 10, I'm not going to bother adding them. If it's below 5, I don't
Yeah.
bother adding their modifiers. 16.
16 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage for the second one. The first one just almost right at your feet,
Yep.
just right out of your
7
fingertip.
damage.
7 damage? Okay.
No, 8 damage.
8 damage?
8.
Alrighty.
That is not a lot.
6. The second one slams into the creature. You see a hole form, and then close up as the force slams into it and takes a good chunk out of it. Is that going to be your turn?
I don't... Oh no, bonus action. Can I see Kledash? No, it's touch. No, it isn't touch. Kledash is... How much health did Kledash lose?
A good amount.
19.
Okay, take 3...
Are you going to use your healing light ability?
Yeah, fuck it. Take 3 D7. Is it? I can't remember what dice he has now.
I want to say D6.
Fucking hell. I want to say D6 too.
Yeah, so you reach out and you release the energy of the
I'll
Sun
make
and
it
Moon
2
princesses. Which
There you go,
does...
D6s. Yeah, let's make it 2 D6s because it's that plus my charisma modifier.
Yeah. So you release
Plus
the
1.
energy into Kledash. Kledash, which is barely visible to you, but just visible enough for the purposes of this ability. And Kledash, you feel yourself reinvigorated as you heal. How many points of damage?
Let's make it 2 D6 plus my charisma modifier for each dice.
Okay. So 2d6
Nope, it's not plus my charisma modifier. It's just that's
It's
how
just-
many I can spend.
Just the dice, yeah, I think, right? Yeah, so 2d6?
Yeah, sorry. That is... I'm gonna make it 3 dice then. That is 6 plus 11 damage. You regain 11 health. I'm making it 3 dice. Sorry, I know it's
so
confusing,
you
but I
regain
misread
11
my own
hit
ability.
points. So you regain 11 hit points.
I magically absorb some of the monster back inside of me.
You drink the monster.
Pretty much, you feel like the blood that had been pulled out between your scales, like, slightly worms its way back into your body. It's a really unsettling feeling, but you feel better afterwards, so you're alright with it.
There's less of me for Dásos to drink.
I am
never
going
enough.
to leave that one alone. Coming back up to the top of the initiative order, it is your turn, Kledash.
What?
No, wait, no, I lied.
What?
Sorry, I missed Dásos' turn. It's Dásos' turn.
I get 2 attacks because you tried to skip me. Attack number 1.
I mean,
that's a natural 20.
I mean, you have a dagger. You can attack twice using your bonus action anyway. So you move up 5, 10, 15, and you make a strike, and you make a natural 20 with your short sword.
So wait, what happens?
Just go ahead and roll for damage with your short sword. I was gonna say you have a dagger.
Don't I get to double the dice?
Yeah, you can either double the dice, just multiply by 2, or you can roll the dice twice. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm rolling dice twice.
There you go.
So I get to roll 8d8. 6.
Fucking sneak attack damage!
10,
God damn, I forgot about that.
11. 15. 19.
I guess I'm going to walk up and
20,
stab you. It's very
22,
sneaky.
26 plus 3 is 29.
So I'm gonna have you stop counting there, because it had 26.
Wait. Is it like about to die?
It is.
I hit it with the bottle.
You hit it with the bottle, okay.
I was gonna hit it with the bottle in my offhand.
So you slash it with your short sword, which surprisingly does less damage than you thought it did, but then you come around with the bottle and just, and as soon as you hit it with the bottle, it just splashes outward, sinks into the sand, and you watch the pillar that it came from fill back up with blood.
I'm assuming you were trying to fill the bottle with blood.
Trying?
And, as a side effect, you do notice that the bottle is a little bit fuller than it was before.
I hide the bottle.
Alright, make a sleight of hand check. Versus everyone else's passive
4
perception.
plus 9. 13.
13. Actually, surprisingly... actually, who would notice that? That would be Kledash would notice.
What?
Kledash would notice. Kledash is the only one that sees.
Isn't
Yeah,
it Kledash
Kledash is the only
12?
one with
Oh,
actual
never mind. Sorry.
It's not the
Yeah, my
score,
perception-
it's... Yeah.
Got him.
Wait, no, don't...
My
doesn't-
perception's only +2.
one of you has Observant, I think, right? No? None of you? Maybe I'm thinking of the other group. I'm losing my mind. It's okay.
It's okay, we will do that.
So, as the last of the creatures dissipates, there's a moment of just tension as you all look around and wait for another enemy to come by, and you hear bloop 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 as the... Where's my marker? There it is. This pillar fills up to halfway with the blood that it stole from Kledash, and that is the... Nothing else seems to arrive.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds or Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay, so you cast Cure Wounds on yourself.
Yeah, because I can regenerate my spell slots with a long rest, but I can't regenerate my things with a...
Yeah, so you heal for, what, 44?
I
5d4?
don't remember.
I think it's 44.
1d8 plus my... Oh, 1d8 plus spell, so that is 3d8 plus spell.
D8, sorry, I keep thinking it's D4s for some reason. Healing Word is D4, that's why I keep thinking that. Alrighty, so you heal yourself for whatever that amount is.
Is
What are the rest of you guys
Liverpool a real
doing?
place?
Yes!
It sounds fake. Sounds like a
It's
dumb
a-
joke.
I was born there.
Oh.
Alrighty, so what are you guys doing?
Okay. Just
9. 9 plus 6 is 15, plus my spell casting ability modifier.
I'm soliciting input from the group on so we filled up 2 columns and 2 monsters came out, and now the third one isn't full yet. Do we think what happens when we turn the thing the rest of the
You
way?
do, so all of you except Tyorrgeth, you feel the gravity that had been pulling you slightly to the side, like toward the oasis. As you walk around the oasis area, you feel it pulled toward the center of what used to be the Lake of Blood.
Wait, is it completely empty now?
It's fully drained. All of the blood is up in these pillars, and there's a big old hole in the middle.
Oh, I jumped down the hole.
Okay.
I
I was
tie
gonna
a
sacrifice
rope
him anyways, so
behind-
this is just easier.
I mean, I was gonna tie a rope to one of the pillars or something so that we could get out of the hole.
Okay. So actually, so you jump down. It's not far. It's about 15 feet down. And then
I still put the rope down anyway.
you hit the ground, and then you look around with your dark vision. You didn't actually hit the ground. You hit nothing. And then you drop another 10 feet and hit the actual ground. So you don't have to roll for anything. It just there's some weird magic fuckery going on right now. But you're in the hole.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 25 feet. I'm definitely gonna put a rope down then.
Okay. So Dásos, at the bottom of this hole, like just taking a glance around with the minimal amount of light you have, you see a cramped, triangular chamber. There's 2 dark stone columns holding the whole thing together. And when you go to like say something, sound is muted. You shuffle a little bit on the ground to try and make sound, and you can hear very little. The sound is weirdly muffled in this space. And the stale air within the space, it's weird. You would have expected to hear the to smell the coppery smell of blood. You don't smell that, oddly enough.
Can we take an hour break, a short break in game because I need to refresh my spells?
That's up to the group.
I'm gonna investigate the hole while you do that, but if it goes down a hallway or anything, I will not. I won't go down anywhere. I won't provoke anything. How's that sound? You rest while I do.
Yeah, because I could also do with spending some hit dice.
Word.
Okay, so I'm gonna just pull you guys all off to the side while I wipe the other map off.
While we're resting, I'm going to play some music, and we're going to use the soothing music for hit dice.
I'm in the hole.
Song of Rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we know.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. You'd be able to hear him, probably. Very faint. Actually,
Really? I
no.
thought everything was muted.
No, that's right, because it's muffled. You actually can't hear
Yeah.
the Song of Rest, unfortunately. Although you are using this time to investigate rather than resting, so you wouldn't get the benefit from it anyway. Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, a 9. It was a 1 plus an 8.
A 9. All right. Let me just double check something here because I didn't. Oh. You find on one side of the hallway, on one side of the chamber, there's what appears to be a suit of armor that's like set up on a pedestal, and there are interlocking plates of this obsidian black metal that when you reach toward it, there's no reflection at all. And in the center of this suit of armor, suspended in this sphere of just multiple rings, there's a tiny fey-like creature, like almost like a fairy, staring at you, just with an unreadable expression on its face.
I say hello.
What languages do you know? Remind me. I know I've asked you before.
Elven, Common, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. You recognize the language due to your lineage. You recognize it as Sylvan, but you don't actually speak it. So it's like somebody who speaks Spanish trying to speak to somebody who speaks Portuguese. Like there's some words that you catch, but not enough to catch the gist of what they're saying, unfortunately.
I learn Sylvan.
Okay, you take the 6 weeks correspondence course necessary to learn Sylvan. While this is going on, the rest of you, I'm going to put you all back in the center of the map. While this is going on, the rest of you finish your rest, so you have the benefits of a short rest. So if you want to use hit dice to heal, you can. Kledash gave you the Song of Rest, which is how many extra hit points for the Song of Rest?
It is 1d6.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
Oh, that's a thing? Nice.
Yeah.
I spent two hit dice to go from 31 to 40.
There you go.
And I'm on 42. I am not complaining.
Oops, I don't think it's refreshing. 1 second. Ah, if my mouse wants to cooperate, there we go. So you gain an extra 3 hit points over this long rest. Dásos, you do not, because you didn't rest during this time.
Oh, he rolls the dice. I thought it was everyone rolls the dice.
Nope, he rolls the dice.
Oh, then 43. My bad.
There you go.
Totally essential.
So as the rest of you, as you watch Dásos kind of leap down this hole, just silence. You hear nothing as the 45 to an hour minute long goes as you bandage your wounds. You hear nothing from inside the hole.
I guess we should. Okay. I guess we should follow him and see if he has died. Let's check.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forget the Euro. Anyway, tie a rope around one of the pillars and throw it down the hole.
Okay. You tie a rope around one of the. What length of rope do you have?
It's only 50 feet. Did I buy 100 feet of rope? I got 50 feet of silk rope.
So 50 feet, you tie it off to the pillar, because there really isn't a lot to tie off to.
Which is why I said that several times.
Gets to the edge of the hole and about 10 feet down. Looking down, you can actually see that the hole goes down for about 25 feet. But you do see that the rope itself only goes down about 10 feet into that distance. You do see Dásos. There's nothing stopping you from seeing her. You just don't hear her as she's moving around the cavern and attempting to speak to this. Well, actually, you can't see what she's speaking to at this angle, but.
Oh, she's taking the online correspondence course. Right, okay.
Yeah, she has her smartphone out and.
Wait, I wanted to hide. I was gonna prank him.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
23. I got a natural 20. my little pranky prank.
Alrighty, so you look down and Dásos is gone. Like, you have no idea where she went.
I mean, we're actively looking for her, but I don't think I can roll higher than 22.
I mean, roll a perception check. Why not?
I can't roll higher than 22.
I think your wisdom is -1, isn't it? So. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead, since it seems they're just gone. Let's go ahead and send the big boy down first. I'll just jump down the hole.
Okay. You brace yourself to hit the ground at 25 feet, and at 10 feet, it like kind of hit, like, get your knees a bit as you land in the air about 10 feet up. And as you steady yourself, you just drop another 15 feet and hit the ground. It doesn't hurt you, but it was like, you look up like, what the fuck? And now you are.
I'll attempt to yell at everyone. I'll just try and attempt to yell to everyone that everything there. Like, first off, I'll look around. Does everything just look fine to me?
Make a perception check. You have dark vision, so it's not a disadvantage.
Yep.
So, a quick side note: is there way back up?
There's a rope.
Make a perception check.
At the time.
Dásos, make a perception check.
Okay. 9.
You don't see another way up.
I got a 20.
20. Looking around, everything looks. I mean, you see the same thing that Dásos saw before. You see a triangular chamber. There's 2 black pillars, and you see a suit of armor off on one side of the chamber with like a glowing orb in the center of its chest. But other than the suit of armor, everything looks relatively mundane.
Alright. Well, then I'll yell to everyone, it seems safe, come on down, and just kind of do the thumbs up. And also yell to them, watch out for whatever's that holding up the rope thing is.
Okay.
Watch out for that.
Whoever's looking down in the hole, you see Tyorrgeth's mouth move, but no words come out. You see his thumbs up, but you hear nothing.
take the. That's weird. Wait, you said the rope was hovering on the barrier. Did you say that, or did I?
10 feet is about. So the rope is at about 10 feet down, and the floor is another roughly 15 feet below that.
Oh, so the rope doesn't go the whole way.
It does not. No, just because of the length of the rope. Unfortunately, it's not long enough to reach from the pillar into the hole, then down.
Does anyone else have any more rope so I can tie it to the end of this rope so I can make it longer?
Yeah, I got some rope, but do you think we should turn that pedestal one more time just to see what happens?
I don't want to find out.
Do it.
Yeah, we should totally do it.
Not without the rest of the party, at least.
Do it.
I mean, we have the rest of the party. They're the sacrifice.
Okay, you wanna do that?
Let me
Let's see
become
that
one of
pillar
the
fill
blood.
up all the way. Let's summon Cthulhu.
I mean, the thing is, there's two things I can think of happening here. One is nothing. Two, a party dies, and another blood monster spawns.
No,
and
the
we have
party
to tag
doesn't
it.
die. Half the party dies. Only half.
Okay, so the important members will
let me
live,
just
but
scoot this battle map back into place. Just in case.
Fine. Fuck it. Let's do it. If we're gonna fucking do it, let's fucking do it.
All right. So,
This
whoever
is out of character for
I'm gonna
me,
put
but
you guys in the
fuck it.
hole. Whoever is going to be turning, go ahead and make a strength check.
Guess it's the two of us.
If one of you would like to assist, you can make the other one can make the check with advantage.
Oh good, you're gonna make me do the actual check, aren't you? Ah, Jesus.
Yep.
Check. 16.
16. You rotate it from
is-
the fourth position around to the first position.
Yeah.
Dásos and no, I'm kidding. Nothing happens.
Aw.
Okay.
You sit there as it rotates and you listen, and there's a moment where you think is that a rumbling sound? Nothing happens.
Just kidding. Cthulhu jumps out of the hole.
Yeah,
It was worth a try.
unfortunately, you look over to the pillars to like expectantly waiting for the blood levels to rise again, and nothing happens. Actually, so it's interesting. You rotate it to the first position from the fourth, and then you go to rotate it back, and it seems like, how do I describe this? Like a pin has broken inside the mechanism or something, because the surface of the pedestal now freely rotates, and nothing happens as you fully rotate it.
Okay. Well, something clears. We broke it.
I mean, obviously
job.
it's preventing us from moving the thing backwards and just filling up the chamber with blood. That's the real thing that happened right there.
I mean, I imagine the barrier would have prevented that.
Now just imagine what had happened if you had rotated it the other way first.
I know. Well, I figured it would just grind them up, but, we'll see.
Okay, let's tie your rope to the end of this rope. I also want to say that was very out of character for Efferil. I'm just doing it because it's a one shot. And fuck you guys.
I mean, that's why I'm trying to do that too. Why not?
So yeah, I'm gonna tie the rope to the end of the rope, so that we have more rope with the rope. And then
So you
does
can
it go all the way down?
So you can climb while you climb, dog. Yeah, it's
something like that.
another 50 feet of rope easily makes it to the bottom of the chasm. However, interestingly, about 5 feet down from where your rope ended, the rope coils on some kind of surface you don't see.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. That's what I was asking about. So it stops there. Okay, can I kick the rope through the barrier?
So you slide down to the barrier and holding onto the rope, and suddenly the floor drops out from under you. You pull the rope, and the rope does actually follow you through this gap, and you hit the ground. It hurts your knees a bit. It doesn't deal damage. It hurts your knees a bit, but the rope does now actually go all the way down to the ground. You hear... it's interesting. As you hit the ground, the sound of your feet hitting the floor is muffled, but you hear very clearly... You turn and you look and you see that suit of armor. you see the creature inside of it is just giggling. All of you who are down there hear this. And as you look
well,
around,
that's not good.
you see
I make rapid
Tyorrgeth.
gestures.
You see Tyorrgeth looking
Sorry.
around, and Dásos is nowhere to be seen.
I make rapid gestures to Kledash to come down. He can't hear us, but come down. It seems to be safe, you know. And then I go investigate the armor thing because there's a thing there.
Yeah, Kledash will follow down the hole.
Okay, so you slide down the rope, and it's weird. You hit about 15 feet down on the rope, 10-15 feet, and just your ankles like hit some invisible surface, and then you kind of let go of the rope slightly, just in curiosity, and the floor drops out from you, so you grab onto the rope again, and you slide down the rest of the way, relatively uneventfully. But you did hit that odd surface, like, what the fuck? And as you make your way down, you too hear your feet hit the ground. You don't hear it at all. Looking around, you see Tyorrgeth, Efferil, and just Tyorrgeth and Efferil. You do not see Dásos.
I'm investigating the creature armor statue thing.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Ah, shit, I don't have... Do I have Arcana? I can't even remember. Oh, I do! For some reason. That is a... 19.
Okay. You recognize the creature inside the armor. It is a Mamura, which is a type of... It's a type of Fey creature. They don't typically manifest themselves individually. They are typically summoned and pulled into something to inhabit. So you gather this Mamura has been pulled to inhabit this suit of armor. And as you're investigating it, what languages do you know? Remind me?
Celestial, Elven, Common.
Okay. You vaguely recognize the language it's speaking. It is yelling at you in Sylvan, but you don't actually speak Sylvan. It's just Elven and Sylvan are close enough that you can recognize the language.
Well, I yell at an Elven to shut up.
And as you say that, oh boy. As you yell at it to shut up, you see it cross its arms and just If I could have...
I'm just gonna stare at the thing and ask what the fuck it just said.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please, Efferil?
I refuse. Hang on. It's a 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah.
You take 4 points of fire damage as a bolt of fire projects outward from this thing and slams into your shoulder. And you hear as the thing inside is like pointing at you and giggling.
Is Hellish Rebuke touch? It is touch.
Okay,
No, it's
the
6
thing.
feet. Hellish Rebuke, fuck that thing.
I was gonna say if you're investigating it, you'd be within melee range. It has to make a dexterity saving throw.
I think it's just a hit. Hang on, I need to get it up again. It is a dexterity saving throw against 14.
Which it automatically fails because it is restrained.
Nice. So that is 40-10. Fuck this thing. It insulted me.
So as the bolt
Probably didn't.
slams into your shoulder, the rest of you see Efferil's eyes just go black with fury as it reaches into the chest of this thing and touches the spheres surrounding this creature and releases just hellish fire into the sphere.
22.
As the creature evaporates. And you watch as the suit of armor just... Actually, no, you don't hear that because the sound is muffled, but you watch as the suit of armor just collapses, no longer being held by any arcane force.
I was hiding behind the suit of armor.
Oh, you were? Okay, and you see Dásos, like, crouching behind the suit of armor, like, looking from side to side.
Wow. Wow.
So the only person that hears this is Efferil. Everybody else just watches your mouth move and nothing comes out. Behind you is a small doorway that had been blocked by the suit of armor.
That's what I call fighting fire with fire.
Natural one.
What? Dásos?
Sorry, I didn't find that little doorway with my natural one investigation before now.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Even though you hid behind, you were looking directly at it.
You pretty much were
That's
standing
how bad
right
I
in
could.
front of it, and you just, for some reason, it's one of those things, right? Like, if you've driven a path that you've driven a long time, you know how landmarks just fade into the background and you don't even notice passing them? It's like that. Like, you looked at it and your mind registered it, but it never got into your conscious memory, if that makes sense.
I don't remember them building a Walmart here.
Exactly. But behind Dásos is a small doorway. It's about 4 feet tall, and it appears to be composed of obsidian. The rest of the chamber is like this sandstone, like pretty rough, but pretty fragile material, but the door itself is made of obsidian. And you see 3 sigils emblazoned on the upper surface of it. None of you recognize those sigils.
I point excitedly at the door and then at Kledash, and I motion for Kledash to come over to the door.
Kledash moves to the door.
Put Kledash in front of the door, and I point at the door and at Kledash, and they're both black and 4 feet tall, and I just keep pointing back and forth between them. So, hey,
so you do that thing. You put your hand up like and put your palm flat, like putting it up to the top of your forehead, and then bring your hand over to the doorway, and bring your hand back to Kledash's forehead, and bring your hand back to the doorway, like indicating like, hey, you're the same size.
Look at you. Look at you. I bet your dad's through there, huh?
You do
Your
hear
your
this.
whole little family.
You do hear this. It's muffled, but you hear it.
I cast Mage Hand and slap Dásos.
Okay.
Bring it.
Roll a. Jesus, how do I even handle this? Roll an attack using your spellcasting modifier. Fuck
You
it.
actually specifically can't do an attack with Mage Hand, so...
It's not going to deal damage. I'm just curious.
Just gonna BRB.
Alright, so that was do it with the, you said this.
What's your spellcasting
Modifier?
mod? Yeah.
Oh.
What was it?
Natural
That's
20.
a 20.
All
Roll
right.
dice twice.
So there's no dice being rolled. because
Slap
dice
him
deal
to the
damage.
curb!
But you take a step back, just like with this, oh, you didn't kind of look. Mutter the incantation. Wait for it. You go to cast Mage Hand and make a slapping motion with your hand. You watch your Mage Hand leave your hand, and it dissipates before it hits Dásos. Because Mage Hand has verbal components.
I hit him with the bottle.
Okay. Roll an attack with your strength modifier without your proficiency modifier?
But wouldn't
I
the
don't
verbal
think Kledash
component
is
still
wrong.
work even if it's muffled?
It
I'd imagine this is
unfortunately
some kind of
due
magical thing that's
to the
muffled.
nature
Yeah.
of the enchantment on this room,
Oh.
you can like Dásos vaguely heard the words, but they didn't attach themselves to the magical essence of this room enough to complete the spell. Unfortunately,
What happened? I missed.
Mage Hand went out
spells
and
with
then
verbal
dissipated.
components. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So something to keep in mind.
So you go and you hit him with the bottle.
No, I don't hit him with the bottle. I do gesture at the door, a kind of a
You hit him with
What?
a blood-filled bottle.
I'm doing the gesture that I want to describe. an after you type thing.
That's
while
really
gesturing
helpful.
at the
Okay.
door.
So with both of your hands, you kind of like gesture toward the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Looking
Both
at
of your main
Kledash,
hands.
but also at the group as a whole. Kind of like, yeah, both my mage hands.
Alright, let's try opening this door then. Once you guys have finished your little squabble.
Okay. So Efferil, you
I
go
pick up
and you
my
go
iron pot and swing at Dasos.
So Efferil, you
don't.
go.
I stab Kledash. I stab it with a sword.
And this is where everybody dies. It's okay. So Efferil, you go up and like forcing your way between Kledash and Dásos, just giving them both the deepest looks of disappointment. You go to reach toward the iron. The iron. It's like how do I describe? Like one of those vertical handles that's just a bar. You go and reach it and grab it, and the door's locked.
I apply crowbar to door.
Okay. Make a strength check.
That is a 19. Probably not enough still.
19.
Yeah, crowbar gives me advantage.
It is enough. So you slam the crowbar into the door and just wedge. You don't hear it, but you see the door slam open.
I probably feel it.
And as the door opens, you see pieces of 3 separate locks just crack and shattered as the door opens.
Fuck you, puzzle.
And as you open the door, looking inside, you see a small alcove. Ringing the alcove at roughly shoulder height, you see 3 small compartments that have been embedded into the wall.
I see 3 keys.
A dim light sort of emanates from the ceiling of the alcove, and as you open the door, the sound that had been muffled drops away. So the sound is now completely audible. And you hear a dull just hum emanate throughout the chamber as you open the door.
Someone is doing that really dumb trick where they're moving a hand over a wine glass filled with water.
Make... No, I'm kidding. That's it. That's the end of the description.
Make a wine check.
And as you open the door, you see hovering in the air is a... How do I even describe this? A sigil. Just a sigil glowing in the air above a small, like a smudge pot, like a little pot that has a small flame burning inside of it.
I touch the flame.
Okay, you walk in and you touch the flame. Make a Constitution. Actually, no, you wouldn't even because you reached in. You take 2 points of fire damage.
It is regular fire, everyone.
I cast Hellish Rebuke on the flame.
Although, no,
You're just gonna
no, wait, Hellish Rebuke is a touch spell, so you touch the flame, and then you have to touch the flame again to catch Hellish Rebuke.
It's not, it's 30 feet.
Oh, I thought it was a touch spell. I lied.
No, it's 60 feet range for some reason.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Efferil's new trademark is like sticking his hand in cupboards and slamming the door and then hellish rebuking it. That's most of what you do now.
If I had more spell slots, I would totally be. Actually,
so
I do technically have as many spell slots as I want.
So as you
keep doing refresh, if I keep doing long rests.
As you
So I just
sure rest. But yeah,
door.
as
Cast
you
Hellish Rebuke.
as
Take
you
an hour break.
as Dásos actually sticks her hand into the flame, you see the sigil change slightly. The hum rises in pitch ever so slightly.
I dump the bottle of wine into the fire.
Okay. You dump the
Bottle of blood.
You dump the bottle of blood into the fire. The fire flares up even brighter, and the sigil changes again.
In a good way?
You hear... Actually, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
12.
12. Okay. I'm gonna need more dice for this. Hang on.
Bring it. Bring it.
It's
Take
4.
35 points of damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You take 16, 20, 23 points of psychic damage
Jesus.
as the hum cuts through your consciousness and just eats at the core of your being. The rest of you, not being immediately in the vicinity, hear the hum spikes up in intensity and frequency, and then comes back down again. As you see the sigil shifts and changes shape, and then shifts and changes back.
What did it look like, or what did it change into?
So the sigil, let me draw it on the thing here. The sigil looked something like that, but I'm terrible at drawing. This
Also, presumably
portion,
it's upside down.
no, that's correct. This portion rotated to the side, and then rotated back.
Okay.
You activated my trap card.
I play Pot of Greed. This card allows me to draw 2 cards.
Can we do like a religion check on that or something?
Sure. Yeah, actually, in this case, make an Arcana check.
Why don't you just try putting stuff in it?
I think that's a 21.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember my own skills.
You recognize the sigil itself as being the mark of a spell called, oh my god, I forgot the name. Hang on, let me look it up. The, warding glyph. Glyph of warding, there we go. You recognize the sigil as being the sigil necessary to cast the spell Glyph of Warding. But you haven't seen it just hovering in the air like this before. You've seen it drawn on surfaces, but you've never seen it just there.
I'm scared.
Okay. I tell everyone that's a glyph of warding. But obviously, never seen it like that. That's weird. And spooky.
And as you examine the sigil, from the flames, a small sphere, just like a dark sphere, with what appears to be almost like flecks of light inside of it, rises up and sort of positions itself in the center of the glyph. You see it just spinning in just this unending pattern.
Arcana check?
This would have been part of the same Arcana check.
Oh, okay. Do I recognize it?
You recognize it as it is a ritual of some kind. You're not sure the nature of it, unfortunately. It is slightly outside your domain of magic. But this particular sphere is definitely related to the existence of the creatures above.
Right.
Can we check out
I
the
get-
compartments?
Okay. Go ahead and make
Yeah,
an
sure.
investigation check.
I'm still reeling from some serious psychic damage, but if you guys want to wait a minute or two, then I can check it out. Or somebody can do it in the meantime.
Yeah. Do you want a healing spell?
Oh, really?
You
Okay.
just took like 22 points of damage.
Yeah, but like, because I was an idiot, like, you don't need to heal me just because I did something dumb.
Yeah, I prefer my idiots alive because then you get to do the stupid shit that we don't.
Perfect.
I was
Alright,
gonna say
cool.
you
We
are
work together.
stunned for a
We
round,
need you as
but like
test.
that's
need
6
you as
seconds.
test
So.
subjects.
Rather you trigger the traps than me. Do my dice restore on a short rest or is it just long rest?
You're.
I also have a couple of potions that, since this is a one-off, I don't care if I use them.
Your healing light. It's a long rest.
Damn it. Oh well. Get cure light wounds.
Okay.
Which?
You-
Oh, it's
your
not cure light wounds. It's just cure wounds. What
Yep.
is it? 3D? I fucking forgot the spell again.
I want to say
I have
348.
so many
I
things.
think. Because
It
you're
probably is
casting
48,
it.
yeah. Let me just double check. Cure wounds. No, it's 3d8.
Okay, 3d8
3d8
Plus
plus
your-
spellcast mod.
spell text mod. Yeah.
Regain. 10, 16, 20 health.
Perfect.
Okay. So you regain 20 of the 22 health damage you took.
Alright. I'm ready to investigate some compartments.
Okay, make an investigation check.
It's not very good. 12.
12. You notice 2 of the 3 compartments are unlocked. One of them is locked. So the one, I'll say left, center, and right. Left is unlocked. Center is locked and trapped. And the right is unlocked and trapped.
Okay. Alright, everybody, stand back. I'm gonna disarm some trap. I'm gonna disarm the right first.
Okay.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll a Thieves' Tools check.
So is it literally just... So I have expertise in Thieves' Tools. So is it just my proficiency bonus times 2? Or is there anything I add to it at all?
So it's proficiency bonus times 2 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, cool. So it's plus 9.
And then plus a d20 on top of that.
Yeah.
As we listen to RuneScape music,
25.
it's okay. 25.
Yeah.
Okay. It's doesn't take you long. Just the cabinet, the compartment opens, and you see a small pearl. Just the compartment itself is like 2 feet square. It's a pretty large compartment, and sitting in the center of this compartment is a small sphere, a small pearl rather.
We're not keeping any loot. Does it matter if we loot everything?
I was gonna say, you kind of swallow the pearl.
Okay, you pick up the pearl.
No, I said, can I?
I'm not gonna stop you.
Hey, Jesus, that's all I was asking.
Okay.
Alright, I disarm the center one.
Okay, roll another Thieves' Tools check.
This one went better. It's 15.
15. Okay, so you make your way through the mechanism. This one you just barely made. You feel confident that you got it, and then like wait, no. There's one more thing, and the trap that had been attached to it is disarmed. It is still locked.
Okay. I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Okay.
Unless you want to crowbar it.
It's up to you.
Efferil, you want to crowbar it?
Being big, strong man, apparently.
It's up to you.
I apply crowbar to hatch. To
Okay.
whatever that is.
Make a strength check.
That is a 16.
16. You slam the crowbar in right at the open end. And you crack the door open. The door itself actually slams open on the opposite side, just swings open. And inside the compartment, you can see what would have been a poison dart trap had Dásos not disarmed it, and a small flower, actually like a small blossom that's sort of hovering in the center of the compartment.
Okay.
Wait, it's just hovering?
It's pretty much, yeah. It's a small, yeah. It's like preserved and hovering in the center of the compartment. Same size as the other one, but 2 foot cubed.
This is fucking weird.
But just hovering there.
That is very weird. I take the flower.
Okay. You take the flower out of the compartment, and as soon as you touch it and pull it out of place, it withers and crumbles to ash. You look behind you, you see the sigil shrink to half its size.
Wow, I wish you'd done that before I poured the blood in it. Douche.
You pour blood? You have blood in a bottle? Why?
I thought it was just being cool. Just being
Why,
a cool
why
guy.
do you have blood in a bottle, Dásos?
Would I have heard the blood in a bottle?
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
so the muffled sound is no longer around. That effect is gone.
Seems like you guys are making a big deal out of nothing.
Why do you
You're
have blood in a
carrying
bottle?
blood in a bottle.
It was one bottle.
It's still blood.
Oh god, you guys, we see weirder stuff than this every day.
Yes, but not from our party members.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you better get used to it.
I'd rather you just not do it.
Listen, Tyorrgeth, this is a cool idea that I'm having right now. Why don't you
Then
open the
explain
leftmost-
it!
Why don't you open the leftmost compartment? You open it up, you let us know what's inside.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do it.
I would like to recall my critical bitch slap and attempt it again on Dásos.
Okay.
Powerful.
Go ahead and roll an attack with your mage hand. With your spellcasting mod.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Can't hit me.
What was that?
7.
7. So you go and you go to make the motions for the mage hand, and the mage hand does release from your hand, but Dásos is looking away from you, and the mage hand just misses her entirely.
She doesn't
even
the
feel
mage
it.
hand?
She doesn't even see it or feel it. You would have seen it, but you would have just seen a hand like whoosh, wave over Dásos' head.
Well, I'm just gonna look behind me and try and figure out where the weird floating hand came from.
I'm gonna ask
Okay.
Tyorrgeth why he isn't open the compartment.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a 10.
10.
Yeah.
You would have seen Kledash cast the spell, so you would have recognized it. You've seen him cast the spell before, so.
I assume I understand what you're trying to do there, and I just make like a little motion like I'm slapping something in front of me.
Okay. Everyone's going to
I'm
remember
just trying
that he has a hand, a dismembered hand in his pack somewhere, and is going to start downplaying the situation massively.
I don't know
right.
about the hand.
No, you don't.
do. That's right.
Wait, everybody knows about my blood, but nobody knows about the hand?
I know, apparently, because
What hand?
This is wrong.
Forgot about that.
So-
Did you say anything about the hand in character just
I've
there?
never
Because
mentioned it. It
now
only happened last session.
I don't think he did. No. So Tyorrgeth,
I'm not gonna
You-
until I need to use it.
you go and you open the third compartment. Is that what you're doing?
yeah.
Alrighty. So
Fuck
you
it.
open the third compartment. Oh boy. Could I have everyone make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh Jesus. 15.
122.
22. Jeez. Okay.
You said Dex?
Dexterity.
11.
Yep. 11.
16.
This is the only one that's actually trapped.
Let's see. 5, 6. Okay. Oh boy. 10, 15, 19, 22, 24. Let's see. So, remind me, who got the 11?
Dash.
Kledash, you take 22 points of fire damage. Everybody else takes 11 points of fire damage as
I cast Hellish Rebuke.
a glyph of fireball, or a fireball bead trap is released, decimating
alright
everything else in the room. And you cast Hellish Rebuke. Okay.
No.
The compartment
No, I
fails its dexterity saving throw.
I don't cast Hellish Rebuke.
But
I
Kledash,
can only work on living beings anyway.
but Tyorrgeth,
Nah,
you feel this wave of fire just slam into you, and you kind of blink a bit and like clear your head, and your ears are ringing, and you look into the compartment, and you see a small jade frog that's been placed.
do I take
into
the
this-
11 or the 20 whatever?
You take the 11.
Okay. Am I allowed to go over to Dásos now and slap them myself?
For what? For what?
You obviously did. I'm joking, but I feel like, did you not notice the thing? Because
I just
'cause
saw
I'm also having
two
to do-
traps. That one's clearly magic. I do mechanical traps.
Is it a mechanical trap? This one?
No, that's not a mechanical trap. That's not my fault.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking the GM.
Yeah, I'm now wondering if that is that mechanical?
It was not a mechanical trap, and unfortunately the DC for finding this
All
one was
right.
higher than the 12 he rolled. So she
All
rolled, I
right.
should say. So
Maybe
Uh,
you should
well-
read the
well-
goddamn book.
so
Well, maybe I should own. Maybe I should know what book it came out of, but I don't know. I barely know any of it. Anyways, I'm still. I'm gonna just grab the frog at this point,
okay.
shove it in my pack.
You grab the jade frog, and as soon as it moves from its position, the glyph behind you shrinks down to about a quarter of its size. And those of you who are watching the glyph, the sphere that had risen up to its position sinks down into the flames and disappears.
Wait. Pull the frog back.
All right, I'll put it back.
Okay, you put the frog back in more or less in the same position where you started, and you watch the sigil go back to about half size, and the sphere rises up from the flames and takes its position in the center of the sigil.
Alright, I take the pearl out.
Okay, you take the pearl out, it goes to half size, and the sphere drops down to inside the flames.
Okay. So now we take the
Now
frog out.
The frog? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the frog back out.
Okay, you take the frog out, and the sigil disappears, and the flames go out.
Oh yeah, it's dark. I cast light.
Okay, you cast light. Boom. What do you cast light on?
what?
Something.
I'll
Can you
say,
cast it on party members?
I'll say you cast
I
light
cast
on your
physical item.
on your rod,
Oh yeah, my wand.
on your spellcasting focus.
your wand.
You cast it on your wand, your rod rather, and boom, all of you can see in the room. You see the embers of a cooling fire in this smudge pot.
And wait, what happened to the sphere that was in there? Is it just totally gone now?
You do not see it.
Where did it sink into? Is it like there's like a hole in the bait?
Looking at the fire, you just see embers in this like in this bowl almost. Let's see. Remind me of your passive perceptions, please.
10.
10,
12.
12.
17.
One more time. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
17.
17.
Nice.
17 passive perception. Jesus.
Perception is 17 apparently. 7. So apparently.
Because I just took expertise in it. And went a
Okay.
lot.
Yep.
So you hear coming from up above the trickling of water.
I hear water from above.
Yep. And then looking out in the chamber, you
Wait, your
Ember,
mic
you're
is cutting
cracking
out.
up.
Right?
from the hole you came out of.
Your mic broke
Are
up
you
during that.
sure it's
something's bad.
water?
Sorry, you see water coming down from the hole up above.
Okay, we should be careful and maybe get out of here.
Is it filling up the room? Is that actually water? Is it blood?
I drink the liquid coming down.
Okay, so you make your way back into the previous chamber, and you take a nice, like, big cup handful of water. It's water. It's actually one of the purest.
Yeah, your mic is really cracking.
Your intake is suddenly.
Hang on, 1 second.
I didn't do it.
All right, who's the dungeon master now?
Okay, yeah, everyone also take, let's see, how many healing dice? I've got 4 healing dice. Everyone take 1 healing dice worth of healing, which is just a d6. Because everyone took like 22 points of damage or something like that.
I'm at 35
There,
HP.
I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay.
What? Feral?
So-
Everyone take a d6. Everyone get 1 d6 of healing. because-
You go and you
I
take a
can.
big like cup hand worth of water, and you taste it. It's like the purest water you've ever tasted.
All right, and how much is coming down? Like, is it a worrying amount that's coming down, or is it
It's
a little bit?
it starts to drip, And then as you're doing this, it gets harder and harder, and you see just a stream of water coming down from the hole above. And at this point, it's the whole floor below you is covered in about 2 inches of water.
Okay.
I do believe it is time to egress.
Were there any other doors or anything in that room that we were just in with the glyph and everything?
Make a quick perception check just for that room.
All right, I'm gonna check the room really quick. You guys get ready to leave. 19.
Jesus Christ. 19. There are no other exits to that room.
Okay. All right, where'd you go?
Alright,
there another-
before we go, do I have anything to carry water in?
That's a question for you, not a question for me. I don't know. Is it in your inventory?
Ooh, I should have taken it. I think I should have taken an adventurer's pack.
I have an
Because
empty
I have a.
wine bottle.
Do you not have any water skins?
I should have bought a water skin.
I have an empty
Well,
wine
if you don't have a
bottle.
water skin, you can't drink. I have a water skin.
That's just
Yeah, yeah.
science.
Well,
I feel
I
a
should be
water-
dead by now.
Yes.
You were under the sand for 6 weeks. There's a lot of reasons you should be dead. Alright, I fill my wine bottle from the water and start up the rope.
Yeah, I
Okay.
shouldn't exist
So you-
anymore.
You climb up. You start to climb up the rope, and at about where you had hit the floor before, you like tense up, and you continue climbing through, and you don't hit any sort of invisible ceiling.
Word.
Any sort of glass ceiling, am I right? You may
Damn.
you each God damn it. You each make your way up out of the hole, and as who would be the slowest out of you? Probably who is the last person out of the hole, I'll say.
Probably me, I think.
I was gonna say it's
Everyone's
me.
close to-
'Cause I'm gonna probably fill the water skin, the jug, and the bucket. Probably the iron
Presumably
pot
going to be
too.
able to fill it from whatever's dripping water into this when we get to the top.
Kledash just opens up the bag of holding and just shoves water into it.
Loads it up.
Just grab
Just
the stack
loads
and
it
fill
up with water.
Hey man,
you-
guy gets thirsty sometimes.
So you make your way up the rope, and as I'll just say Kledash, fuck it. As Kledash makes his way up out of the hole, he climbs up out, and the water begins to fill the space that was formerly filled with blood. And the entire space is now filled with clear, clean water. And the temperature, interestingly, the temperature has noticeably dropped, and it is quite comfortable by this sort of oasis area.
What do the pillars look like?
The pillars you see are still have the blood in them, but as you watch, it's interesting. As you watch, they cover themselves over with this solid rock material, and you can no longer see the crystalline structure inside that had been holding the blood inside. They now appear to be just 3 stone obelisks.
I grab my rope and Kledash's rope from the
Okay.
rope.
You reel in your rope. And as the daytime progresses into the evening, you look up into the sky where you had previously seen the green and blue sort of lights lighting up this area do not present themselves. And you take a moment and give yourselves a much-deserved rest as the day comes to a close. And
They encounter
That-
the whole.
that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Literally, what the fuck? Like,
Was that
what?
so-
one shot?
So,
Ah.
as a one-shot, that's the end of the one-shot. Surprise, guys!
You successfully passed the blood chamber.
So, God damn it.
And we all learned a little bit about ourselves. That's character development.
So,
Yeah.
I am
That's
moving
secretly like to gurgle
next
blood.
week.
in his
So
spare time.
hopefully the sessions will go as planned, but next week I am moving. But if everything goes as planned, the next Thursday session should be on the 9th, July 9th, and the next Monday session, hopefully with everyone here, should be on the 13th.
I'm sorry, I forgot it's Monday.
It's fine. So as always, thank you guys so much for coming and watching, and thank you guys so much for coming and playing. Have a good night. Oops. No. End stream.